Dear students, in part 1 of this video, we discussed the formula of finding the sum of first and natural numbers. So what is the formula to find the sum of first and natural numbers? So this is the formula. So in part 1, I told you the story behind the discovery of this formula. It is a very interesting story. You can see and go and see part 1 of this lecture if you have not done it yet. So what is the real meaning of this formula? Suppose you start counting from 1. So here this formula will work only if you have started counting from 1, because 1 is the smallest natural number, or you can say 1 is the first natural number. So if you are counting first n natural number, the counting must begin from 1. Only then this formula will work. So suppose you have to count the sum of these numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up till 20. So 18 is there, 19 is there, and then counting stops at 20. So basically you are counting first 20 natural numbers. Then what you have to do to find the sum? To find the sum, you don't have to add them one by one like a small child. You can use this ready-made formula. The formula is there, n into n plus 1 by 2. So how will you find the sum of this series? Simply in place of n, put 20. In wherever n is written, replace it with 20, you will get the answer. So answer is 20 multiplied by 20 plus 1 divided by 2. So 20 and 2 can be cancelled out. So 10 into 21, 210. So this is how this formula is to be used. So now we are going to have a look at some of the very good, easiest to most difficult question that can be asked from this concept. So let us begin. So here the question says find the sum of first 12 natural numbers. So first 12 natural numbers. So basically what they have done, in place of n they have written 12, first 12 natural numbers. So what is the formula? This is the formula. So simply in place of n you have to write 12, you will get the answer. So 12 multiplied in with 12 plus 1 divided by 2. So this is equal to 12 multiplied with 13 divided by 2. Now 12 and 2 will be cancelled. So 2 6 are 12. So final answer is 13 into 6. That is equal to 78. So final answer 78. So if you will do it manually, if you will count one by one, that means if you count this whole series one by one, then also you will get the same answer. You will get the answer as 78. You can try doing that. But why would you try if you already have a ready-made formula? So that is why formulas are taught to you. Let's have a look at the next question. Find the sum of given series. So this series. Now the question is, can we use the formula here? Can we use the formula? No, we cannot use the formula because the counting starts from 4. We can use this formula only when the counting starts from 1. But the counting have started from 4. So what can we do? You add the missing numbers there. You add the missing numbers as well so that you can use the formula. So these numbers were not given. No, now why are you adding this? So that you can use this formula. Now if you have added it once, then you can remove this numbers once so that it will be balanced. You add once and then you remove once. That means if you have added once and removed once, so it get balanced, cancelled, and you get the correct answer. So the benefit of adding 1 plus 2 plus 3 in the beginning is that you can use this formula. So after you have found out the answer, you can subtract 1 plus 2 plus 3. You will get the real answer. So now let's do that. So if you have added 1 plus 2 plus 3, so you can add this, you can use this formula. And how will you use this formula? By putting n is equal to 100. So let's see. So first put n is equal to 100. So 100 into 100 plus 1, that is equal to 100 plus 1 whole divided by 2. So this comes out to be equal to 100 into 101 divided by 2. Now 2 cancels out 100. So 2 into 50 is equal to 100. So this is equal to 50. 5050. But this is not the correct answer. Why this is not the correct answer? Because 1 plus 2 plus 3 was not given. You have added it forcefully so that you can use this formula. So this is not the correct answer. You will get the correct answer only when you subtract 1 plus 2 plus 3. So that this and this cancel each other out. So this is not the correct answer. From this you have to subtract 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. So 5050 minus 6. Only then you will get the correct answer. So final answer is 5044. So this is the correct answer. Let's move to next question. Same. Find the sum of given series. Find the sum of given series. Now it is the same, but here so many numbers are missing. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up till 43. Up till 43. This is missing. This is missing. The logic is same, just the way you have found out. So once you add these numbers, once you add, and after that you subtract these numbers. So adding and subtracting will balance and you will get the correct answer. Fine. But this is a lengthy process. I am telling you a very brilliant shortcut. You will get the correct answer. So please have a look carefully. So see, I am telling you very useful shortcut. If the counting has not started from 1, that means counting has started from some other number, some number very much later from 1. So counting have not started from 1, it has started from 44 and it ends in 100. So in this situation, how can you find the answer very quickly? So look, I am telling you the shortcut. You have to be ready for this mental calculation. Now what is this mental calculation? The counting starts from 44. So write 44 here. Write 44 here. The counting stops at 100. So write 100 here. Write 100 here. Now what is here also it is multiplication, here also it is multiplication. Now what comes after 100? Because you have written 100 here. So what comes after 100? 101. So write 101 here. Now you have written 44 here. So what comes before 44? So 43 comes before 44. So finally you divide this by 2. You will get answer in one single step. So let's do that. So if you cancel this by 2, so this will be 50 into 101. So 50 into 101 minus this 2 and this 44 will also be cancelled. So 43 into 22. So this is 50 minus. So 43 into 22, 946. So this comes out to be equal to 4104. So this is the final answer. So I have taught you the shortcut. So you can rewind this video, have a good look at the shortcut again. Anyways, let's take one more question and let us see how this shortcut works. Okay, now let's see this one. So here again the counting has not begun from 1. The counting begins from 23 and stops at 60. So I have already taught you the shortcut. So this is the structure of the shortcut. So you have to write 4 numbers in these brackets and you will get the answer. So this 23 you have to write here. This 60, the counting stops at 60. So 60 will be the first number. So basically you have to write 4 number here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And in between there is multiplication symbol. So 60 multiplied by next number. So 60 into 61. Here 23 is the last number. So what comes before 23? 22 comes before 23. So in single step you can get the answer. So how will you get the answer? This 2 and this 60 will be cancelled. So this will become 30 into 61 minus again this 2 and 21, 22 will be cancelled. So 22 11 times. So 11 into 23. So 30 into 61. So 1830 minus 11 into 23. So this is equal to 253. So this comes out to be equal to 1577. So 1577 is the answer. Let's move to next question. Find the sum of the given series. So how we can find the sum of the given series? Can we use the formula here? No, we cannot use the formula here because the formula is used only when the counting begins from 1 and we are writing all natural numbers. But here we are writing only even numbers. We have written only even numbers. But wait, there is a trick. What is the trick? If you take two common, see 2, 4, 6, 8, all these numbers 94, 96, 98, 100, all these numbers are multiples of 2. 100 is equal to 2 into 50. Similarly 98 is equal to 2 into 49. Similarly 8 is what? That is equal to 2 into 4. So you can take 2 common. 2 is equal to 2 into 1. So if you take 2 common, this sum becomes equal to 2 is common. So in bracket it will be 1. 4 is equal to 2 into 2. So if you take 2 common, 4 becomes, in bracket it will be written as 2. 6 will be written as 3. 8 will be written as 4. So this way 100 will be 2 into 50. So if you take 2 common, in place of 100 you will write only 50. So now you see this is equal to 2 multiplied with the series, and this series is the type of the series in which you can use the formula. The counting stops at 50, the counting begins from 1. So you can use the formula. So this is equal to 2 into the formula n into n plus 1 by 2. So here you can use formula. So in this portion you can use formula. So final answer will be 2 multiplied into this formula. In place of n you have to put 50. So 2 into 50 into n plus 1. So 50 plus 1 is equal to 51 whole divided by 2. So now this 2 and this 2 will cancel each other out. So 50 into 51. So that is equal to 2550. So this is the correct answer, 2550. So you can pause this video and have a look at these videos again, because this kind of questions are very important as well as very common in competitive exams. Now similar question here, 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20. So just by looking at this number you can say all these are multiples of 5. 5 is equal to 5 into 1, 10 is equal to 5 into 2, 15 is equal to 5 into 3, 20 is equal to 5 into 4. Similarly, if you continue forward, 19 is equal to 5 into 18, 95 is equal to 5 into 19. Similarly, the last number 100 is actually 5 into 20. So there is a big hint. Hint is that this series should be written in this manner. You take 5 outside as common. So 5 into the series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So this series will continue up till what? 18, 19, 20. So 18 plus 19 plus 20. So now the series is in perfect condition for you to apply the formula, because the series begins from 1, includes every natural number in between and stops at 20. So you can use this formula. So answer would be 5 into, now in place of n you put 20 in the formula. So 20 into next number 20 plus 1, 21 divided by 2. So 2 and 20 will cancel each other out. So final answer is 5 into 10 into 21. So this is equal to 1050. So So this is the correct answer. Now let's have a look at this one. Sum of first n natural number is 378. Then n is equal to. So for some series which began from 1 and ended at n, so if you find out the sum, the answer is coming out to be 378. So this question is saying that what is the value of n? That means you have started counting from 1. At which number did you stop? So that is what they are saying when they say what is the value of n. So this is the formula. So as per this formula, suppose that you stopped counting at n. So if you stopped counting at n, the answer came to be 378. So you can say that 378 because you already know that sum is given as 378. So 378 is equal to, as per this formula, n into n plus 1 by 2. So from here 378 into 2, you can multiply, or you can write n into n plus 1 is equal to 756. 756. So see here, these two numbers are consecutive numbers or neighboring numbers, you can say consecutive numbers. So we have to find out one such number. Suppose that you think of a number. If you multiply this with the next number, that means number plus 1, the answer must be equal to 756. So each of this number is very close to its square root. What is square root? If you multiply a number with itself, then the result is a square number, and the particular number that you have multiplied just now with itself is the square root. So 756 is such a number which is equal to the product of a number and its consecutive numbers. So both these numbers will be very close to its square root. So if you try to guess what is the square root of 756, you will find out that it is equal to 27. So from you get a hint that 756 can be written as 27 into 28. So n into n plus 1 is equal to 758. So this is playing the role of n, and this is playing the role of n plus 1. So what is the value of n? So the value of n here is 27. So basically you will be able to answer these kind of questions if you can guess this intelligently, that how can this number be written as a product of two numbers which are consecutive. So that is the only thing that you have to take care of. Let's take one more example. In a party, every person shakes hand with every other remaining member. If total handshakes done equal to 171, then how many people are attending a party? Very good question. Now what is the meaning of this question? Let us understand. Suppose 5 people are attending the party: A, B, C, D and E. I'm saying suppose that. I don't know that how many people are attending the party, but I'm just trying to explain to you what is the meaning of this question. Suppose 5 people are attending a party. So what is this question asking you to do? As per this question, every person shakes hand with every other person. That means A will shake hand with B. So A will shake hand with B. So if I shake hand with you, you also shake hand with me at the same time. So B does not need to shake hand with A separately. So if A is shaking hand with B, it means B is shaking hand with A as well. It is the same thing. So in one single handshake, you can say A and B both have shake hand with each other. So as per this question, A will shake hand with B, A will shake hand with C, A will shake hand with D, A will shake hand with E. Every person will shake hand with every other person. Now A has done its job. So A has shaked hand with every other person. B till now have shaked hand only with A. So B has not shaked hand with the remaining person. So B will shake hand with C. After that, B will shake hand with D. Then B will shake hand with E. Fine. B does not need to shake hand with A again. That we have already counted here. Fine. So B has also done its job. So now A and B have shaked hand with everyone else. C has shaked hand with B. C has shaked hand with A, but C has not shaked hand with D, and C has not shaked hand with E. So C will shake hand with D and E. Now C's job is also done. So you can ask C to go back and sit. Now think about D. D has shaked hand with A. D has shaked hand with B also, and D has shaked hand with C also, but D has not shaked hand with E. So final shake hand will be between D and E. So D's job is done. So if you think carefully, E has shaken hand with everyone else. So E has shaken hand with A, E has shaken hand with B, E has shaken hand with C, and just now E has also shaken hand with D. So how many handshakes are there? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. If you count the series of B 1, 2, 3. So 3 if you count the series of C, D and D. So 2, and if you count the series of D, only one handshake. So 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So this is the meaning of the question. They have already given to you that total number of handshake is equal to 171. Then please find out how many guests were attending the party. In the example that we took only 5 guests. But from here you can see something very interesting. Look at the pattern. There were 5 guests. There were 5 guests. And the answer is coming out to be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So 5, the number just before 5 is 4. So the answer is in the format of the series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So suppose that there are n guests. So I suppose that there are n guests. So number of handshake will be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till how much? If there were 5 guests, the series ended at 4, 5 minus 1. So if there are n guests, the series will end at n minus 1. And the sum of this series, the total number of handshake is given as 171. So this is given as 171. And now they want you to find the value of n, the number of guests who were attending. So how we can do this? We can do this easily. Because the series begins with 1, it adds every natural number and the series stops at n minus 1. So the last number is n minus 1. So if you see the formula, first number multiplied with the consecutive number. So n, the number that comes just after n minus 1 is n. So whole divided by 2, and this is given as 171. So from here, n into n minus 1 is equal to 2 into 171 is 342. 342. So now our task is to think about such a number. Think about such a number that if you multiply it with just the smaller number, the product must be equal to 342. So similarly, focus near the square root. Focus near the square root of 342. Fine. So what is the square root of 342? So square root is very near to 18. So you will realize that 342 can be written as 19 into 18. So here 19 is playing the role of n and 18 is playing the role of n minus 1. So how many guests were there in the party? N. The value of n is coming out to be equal to 19. So now you are having a look at some good level questions. So now let's see one more good question. See, teacher asked Raman to count first n natural numbers. Raman started counting one by one, but by mistake, he skipped one number in the series and got the wrong sum. If Raman thinks the sum is 1150, then which number did he forgot to add? Now what is the meaning of this question? So the teacher asked Raman that you find out the sum of this series, but Raman did not know the formula. That's why it is given in the question that he started counting one by one. So he started counting one by one, but by mistake he skipped one number somewhere. So one number, which number did he forgot to add? Skipped means he did not add that. Did not add that number. So if you do not add one single number, that means your answer is going to be wrong. So he got the wrong answer. So what was that wrong answer? So the wrong answer was 1150. So the question says that find out which number did he forget to add by mistake, because he skipped one number. That means he has, whatever answer he is getting is less because he has not added one number. So if he had added that number, the answer would have been more than 1150 because that number would also have been added. So the actual answer would have been 1150 plus missing number. Let the missing number be equal to a. So let's suppose he forgot to add a. So the missing number or skipped number is a. So the question says that find out the value of that a. Fine. So it looks like that it is impossible to find. But if you think logically, if you think intelligently, so you will realize that there is a solution to this. So now let us see how you can answer this question. So if this child had done his job correctly, that means if he would have not forgot any number, and if he had added all this number, that means he have started at 1 and he added all the number. I am saying that if he would have not done the mistake, then the correct answer that he would have got would have been this much, n into n plus 1 by 2. So this is the correct answer. This is the correct answer that he should have got. But now we know that he have skipped one number, and because of skipping he has got only this much, 1150, only this much, because he forgot to add one number. So let's suppose the missing number is a. So the answer that he is giving to you is less than correct, less than correct answer, because he have forgot to add one number. So from here you can find out the answer. I hope you understand what I am trying to say. The correct answer, whatever the correct answer is, we know that he is giving the answer as 1150 and he has forgot to add one number. So if he had forgot to add number, so if he adds that number also, the answer will jump more, it will become more than 1150. So you must understand one thing, the correct answer is definitely more than 1150. So the last number, suppose the last number is n. So from here you can clearly say that the correct answer is more than the answer he is giving. Or you can say this is equal to 1150 plus the number that you have skipped. So from here n into n plus 1 is equal to 1150 into 2, that is equal to 2300 plus 2 into skipped number. The number that you have skipped, we have no idea what that number is. Fine. And we have no idea what the last number should be. Then how are we going to solve this? So the answer is by guessing. Guess. Now n into n plus 1. So both these are consecutive numbers. So think of two numbers which are consecutive and their product is very near to 2300. So 48 into 47. So 47 multiplied by 48, that is equal to 2256. 48 multiplied by 49 is equal to 2352. So this is the guess. From here you can guess out the answer. How? If you assume n is equal to 47, so 47 into 48, only 2256. So 2256 cannot be equal to 2300 plus twice a natural number, because this is smaller. So this is not the case, this is the case. So n is equal to 48. So 48 into 49, so that is equal to 2352. So 2352 is equal to 2300 plus 2 into skipped number. 2 into skipped number. So from here you can see that 52, if you bring this 2300 this side and subtract, so 52 divided by 2 is equal to skipped number, the number that he forgot to add, that is equal to 52 by 2, that is equal to 26. So basically you have guessed the correct answer. Guessing does not mean that we have found out any random answer. You have narrowed down to the correct answer. That is what is meant by guessing here. Let's solve this one. The integers 1 to 20. That means first 20 natural numbers are written on a blackboard. There are 19 students in the class who perform the following steps. So what is the step that each student is performing? So what is the meaning of the question? Meaning of this question is, there is a blackboard, and on that blackboard first 20 natural numbers are written. Fine, first 20 natural numbers are written on a blackboard, and then there are 19 students sitting in this class. So each student goes on the blackboard and does something. Now what does each student do? Erases two numbers, say A and B. So each student selects two numbers from the blackboard. So each student selects two numbers from the blackboard and erases them. That means deletes them, or rub those two numbers completely, erases them, and writes a new number. Writes a new number which is equal to A plus B minus 1. That means suppose that I go to blackboard and I see that on blackboard there are many numbers written. How many numbers are written? That depends, because students are going to the blackboard and rubbing the numbers. So if you are going in the first or you are going at the last, it matters. So suppose that I go to the blackboard and I see many numbers are written on blackboard. I select any two numbers. Now which two numbers, it is not known. But what do I do after selecting two numbers? Suppose that I select 3 and 11. So I have selected these two numbers. Then what I will do? I will delete from that board 3, and 11 is also written on that board. So I will delete 11 also. Now I have deleted 3. I have deleted 11. Now what I have done, instead I have written a new number. Now I will write a new number which will be equal to 3 plus 11 minus 1. So that will be equal to 13. That means I delete two numbers. I delete 3, I delete 11, and I write a new number. I write 13. So this is what every student will do. There are 19 students in a class. So what is actually one single student is doing? What is the outcome of one single student? He will remove two number. He will remove two number and write a new number. So remove two number. Remove two numbers. Which two numbers we cannot predict, we cannot guess. So he removes two numbers and writes a new number. Writes a new number. So in the beginning there are 20 numbers on the blackboard. First student will go, there will be 20 numbers. He will delete two numbers. So only 18 number will be there on the blackboard, but he will also write a new number. So new number means when he went to the blackboard, there are 20 numbers. First student, he selects any two numbers and deletes them. So out of 22 numbers are deleted. So 18 numbers are now there on blackboard. But the first student have also to write a new number. No, as per the rule, he has to write a new number. So as soon as he writes a new number, there are 19 numbers on the blackboard. So now the first student comes back. So second student will go again, he will do the same procedure. So in each step one number reduces from blackboard. 20 becomes 19. Similarly 19 will become 18. So each student is deleting two number and writing a new number. So if 19 students will go to the blackboard, each student will remove one number effectively. So there are 20 numbers in the beginning. At the end there will be only 20 minus 9, there will be only a single number, one single number written on blackboard. This you have to understand, there will be only one single number written on the blackboard when all the 19 students will do their job one by one. Now the question says that what will be the value of this number. So once you have understood that there will be only one single number written on blackboard, it will be easy for you to find the value. So first pause this video, go back and understand that why there will be one single number written on this blackboard. Now if you have understood that why one single number will be written on blackboard, then let us understand what will be the value of that single number. So let's proceed with our example. Suppose I go to the blackboard, I choose 3, I choose 11. I delete both of them. So I have reduced the sum. So I have reduced the sum by 3 plus 11, that is equal to 14, but I have to write a new number. The new number is a plus b minus 1. So the new number that I will write on blackboard, because the rule says that I have to remove 2, but I have also to write one new number. So the value of the new number will be a plus b. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to 11, a plus b minus 1. So minus 1. So 3 plus 1, 11, 14, 14 minus 1, 13. So the new number I will write is 13. So just now I have reduced the value of all the numbers by 14. How? Because I have deleted two numbers. I have deleted 3 and 11. So whatever the sum was, I have reduced it by 14. But as soon as I write the new number, the value increases again by 13. So first I reduce the sum by 14, and after that I increase it by 13. So what is the net effect? Net effect is, 14 minus 13, that is decrease of 1. So the sum also decreases by 1. So each student goes to the blackboard. The net effect is number of total numbers written on blackboard also decreases by 1, and the counting of all those numbers also decreases by 1. So initially this was written on blackboard, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till 20 was written on blackboard. 19 students have gone on blackboard one by one. So the effect of each student going on blackboard one by one is that sum reduces by minus 1. Each student does minus 1. So 19 student will do minus 19. So final answer will be, this is the series. You can use the formula. So n into n plus 1 by 2 minus 19. So in place of n you have to put 20. So 20 into 20 plus 1, that is 21 by 2 minus 19. So 2 and 20 can be cancelled out. So 10 into 21, 210. So 210 minus 19. So that comes out to be equal to 191. So 191 will be the final count of all the numbers written on the blackboard. But how many numbers will be written on blackboard? One single number will be written on blackboard. So the number that you will see is written on the blackboard is 191. So final answer is 191. Let's see one last question. One page is torn from a booklet whose pages are numbered in the usual manner, starting from the first page as 1. The sum of the numbers on the remaining pages is 195. The torn page contains which of the following number? So if you see a book, suppose this is the structure of the book. So if this is the first page, first page of the book. So if this is page number 1, the next page which is on the other side will be page number 2, then there will be page number 3, then on the back side will be page number 4, and so on. So this is the structure of a book. So what they are saying is that there was a book. From that book, they tear a page. One page. One page means if you tear out one single page, that means it will have two page numbers. Suppose n on, and on the back side it is n plus 1, or you can rather use x, or a and a plus 1. A and a plus 1. So if you tear out a page, two page number go missing. And if you count the sum of the remaining pages, it comes out to be equal to 195. The torn page contains which of the following number? So we have solved one just similar question just a while ago, where a child forgot to add one number. So here you can think that instead of it being torn, you forgot to add that page. So you have to predict which page number is torn out, or you can say which page number you forgot to add. So suppose that there are n pages. We suppose that there are n pages. So if you have counted it properly, you would have got this much as answer as per the formula. You would have got this answer as formula. But what has happened? What is the mistake that you are doing? The mistake you are doing is that a page is missing. So suppose that you forgot to add two page numbers, a and a plus 1. You forgot to add, and you are getting wrong answer. You are getting answer only 195. So which are the page numbers that you forgot to add? That means basically you have to find out the value of a and a plus 1 to solve this question. So we are getting 195 as answer. So 195 is what we are getting because we forgot to add two pages. So if you have added those two pages, then you would have got correct answer. This is the correct answer you would have got. So n into n plus 1 by 2 is what you would have got. So from here, let's solve this. Let's bring this to this side and multiply it. So 195 multiplied by 2, 390. 390 plus 2a plus 2a plus 2 is equal to n into n plus 1. So from here, 390 plus 4a, or you can say this 2 will go and get added here. 392 plus 4a is equal to n into n plus 1. We have no idea what is the value of a. We have no idea what is the value of n. But we have to solve this. How can you solve this? You can solve this if you realize something. If you realize that n into n plus 1 is basically product of two numbers which are consecutive. Product of two numbers which are consecutive. So from here you can take intelligent guess to narrow down your answer. So guessing does not mean that you guess. You have to use mathematical sense while guessing. So n into n plus 1 consecutive number. So you can guess 19 and 20. So 19 and 20 are consecutive numbers. So 19 into 20 is 380. So can the value of n be equal to 19? Can I say that n can be equal to 90? 19? No. Because 380 cannot be equal to 392. 392 is more than 380. So I cannot assume that this is equal to 380. No, that will be wrong. So let me try another next consecutive number. So next consecutive number. So I have tried 19 into 20. So now let me try 20 into 21. So 20 into 21 is equal to 420. So yes, let me try this. Can this be equal to 420? So if this is equal to 420, that means 392 plus 4a is equal to 420. So from here, 4a should be equal to 420 minus 392. That is equal to 28. So from here, a is equal to 28 by 4. That is equal to 7. So yes, there is no problem. It is as per my solution, A is coming out to be 7. So what I have assumed, that I forgot to add 2 pages, A and A plus 1. So from here I can say that I forgot to add page number 7. A is equal to 7 and A plus 1, and page number 8. So this is the answer, page number 7 and 8. So these were some questions based on the first series, that is series of natural numbers. So there are 2 more videos based on summation of special series that you must go through.